Hey there. It's a nice, beautiful, warm, sunny day out here in Dallas, and this is a perfect opportunity to put some lettuce in the ground. Won't you come plant with me? As you can see here, what I have are some seedlings for some butterhead lettuce that I germinated a couple of weeks ago. Uh, I think they are nice and ready to go ahead and place into the ground. Right next to it, I'm doing a little bit of companion planting. As you can see, I have my cucumber plants already in the ground here. Now I want to put this lettuce in to be a good companion to grow with. So while we're talking about growing, what are you planning on growing this year? I have my salad box here, my cucumbers and my lettuce. There's a stick from my son. But what are you planning on growing this year? Oh, that's my water soaker hose there. Just kind of dug that up there. You see my soaker right up in there. I like to bury my soaker into my compost. Reason being, I found out last year if you allow that soaker to stay out in the direct sunlight, especially with this Texas heat, it will end up destroying your hose over time. Um, the sun and the dark color um, makes it susceptible to rotting it out. So that's why I like to bury mine. Plus, the water can get down to the roots, and you don't end up losing as much of your water during evaporation. Another way to solve this problem is simply by just adding in some fabric as well, gardening fabric. But yes, tell me in the comments what you guys are planning on growing. I really am interested to know because, as you can tell, uh, urban gardening with Gray, we love plants here, all types, all species and variations. I'm going to just take this out of this 6-packer here so that I can reuse it again when I start my seedlings again. Just delicately pull the little clump there. Look at that. We got a nice little root system right up in there. I'm going to just place you right down right here. Bring some soil around. And there we go. Trying to work on making my rows prettier this year. Once upon a time, I would just stick them wherever I chose. But I'm trying to appease more or adhere more to the aesthetics of gardening as well, not just the functionality, which is a little challenging for me. I come from an engineering and mechanical engineering and automotive mechanic and diesel mechanic background. So I tend to lean more towards functionality as opposed to aesthetics. Like, does it work? Good, fine, perfect. Now I've taken up this this wonderful, relaxing habit of gardening. I am leaning more towards the aesthetics of things, uh, that artistry of it, so to speak. But in case you're wondering, I am companion planting. I'm planting the lettuce along with my cucumbers because they actually benefit fairly well from having the second plant here. Typically, lettuce is more of a cool weather plant. And here in Texas, even up here in North Texas, we get some ungodly heat during the summer. But it is currently April, and we still have fairly cool weather. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to get some lettuce in the ground and get a couple of harvests before the sun burns me out. But one wonderful thing about companion planting the lettuce and the cucumbers together is this planter box is actually a part of a trellis. I'm going to allow my cucumbers to cascade up and over the whole entire box. And hopefully by doing so, will provide shade for the lettuce, so it doesn't get scorched in the Texas sun. Or at least that's the plan. That's the experiment. And that's what gardening really is. It's just trying out some things and seeing what works, right? And that's what I'm doing. And we're just easing these seedlings out of my seedling starter, my 6-pack, because they're still fairly delicate, so I don't want to be too rough around the edges with them. That's the goal. I want to gently place them in the soil right over the soaker holes so that lettuce gets all the little nutrients, gets all the water that it needs. If that makes sense to any of you. All right, there we are. Out here. So yes, I think planting my lettuce and my cucumber, I'm fairly optimistic about this experiment. I think it will go fairly well because I believe that my cucumbers, as long as I protect them from the squash vine borers this season, will do fairly well with providing a cascade of shadow for the lettuce. Now, typically, when you have your lettuces and your cucumbers, you're talking about a 60 to 70-day turnaround time as far as when you'll be able to harvest. So, it being April now, what, May, June, July is when we're talking about possibly harvesting. That doesn't really bode too well in my experiment because July and August are some of the hotter months here in Texas, and that's when we really start seeing the triple digits. But hopefully the plants are grown well enough so that we can get enough shade for these guys. But I tell you this, we will have one heck of a salad going if this experiment works. If you haven't done so yet, won't you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, maybe hit that like button, maybe share it with a friend, because I do enjoy doing this, and by doing so, it allows my content to go out to other people so they can all experience the beauty and joy that comes with gardening. If you haven't seen here, I still have several more. Actually, looks like I double seeded on this germination pot. Uh, but so we're looking at about 12 more plants. But what I'm going to end up doing is actually donating these lettuce seedlings over to a friend. He's been looking for some lettuce to plant in his garden. So I'm going to go ahead and share these with him. That's the beauty of gardening. You don't have to buy everything yourself. As long as you got a gardening community, you can share with one another. And that's it for us here at Urban Gardening with Gray. Remember, enjoy life, enjoy family, and enjoy your garden. Thanks for watching, guys.